even worry about the line, Scout.
Don't even try that. That was a blatant foul.
That's a great spot, Dan.
Conduct there. Was he not got booked?
No.
That's blow the whistle for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
there we go.
I'll take that.
Yeah, all day long.
I'll take it.
You take that with 10 men at the end. We could have gone and won that, and we still could have won it with 10. I'm not saying Odegaard should have scored, but he could have.
He could have. If he pinged that top corner, or actually got it on target.
Guys, I think we can.
I'm disappointed because that sending off change. I think we could have nicked it.
I thought we had the momentum.
Guys, I think it's fair to say all I asked of Arsenal were to just not come here and just wilt and look like a team they'd given up. We know there's a lot of work to do. We know it's been a shit season. We know it's been a shit week. But you know what? At least you went to Anfield. You didn't get beat. You fought back from 2-0 down. There's so much to do. There's so many negatives you can go on about. But you know what? Today, they showed us something. They showed something. On we go.
Well, they could have.
Is it so bad we to be positive about that?
They felt sorry for themselves, James.
And whatever. It's something. It is something. And we asked the players not to throw the towel in. I don't think they did. Though,
what do we do next week without no Trossard and Marino, though?
Well, Rice comes back, and it's a good point.
Without Trossard and Marino.
Ranieri.
No, he won't play.
Never know, he might make an appearance.
Sterling.
Someone's got... Martinelli will have to go up top, won't he?
Let's go with your reactions to the game, then we'll also do fan cams. But Dan, what's your thought on it?
I'm not going to say much against the players there and the team there, to be honest. I thought the first 10 minutes we were the better side. I thought they came into it and had better movement than us moving forward in the last part of that first half. The second half, we were clearly the best team. And if I'm honest, the sending off, I was quite happy to keep it at 2-2 because you know what Liverpool can do. But I thought we showed a little something, if I'm honest. We have got to be better in the final third, though, James, because today we could have been 2 or 3 up. Saka misses. Partey and Trossard getting each other's way. Great goal from Martinelli. Good, reaction from Marino to get us back into the tie. But then a silly mistake from him. So there's been positives and negatives today, to be honest with you. But luckily, I was expecting a loss, so I can't complain. We picked a point up, but still haven't won at Anfield for so long, man. 2012 is the last time.
Felt like we've, in a lot of ways could have won today, but then Liverpool, there was definitely a 20-minute spell where it just felt they could score with every attack. But you know what? Yeah, Marty, over to you.
Well, look, I'll take the draw as it stands, especially after being 2-0 down. We started really well. 10-15 minutes, we were great. Saka really should have put the ball in the back of the net. It was it was on a plate for him. And then we're 2-0 down at half time, thinking the game's done and dusted, and potentially Liverpool will go on and walk it, and they'll have this amazing.
I was fearing a 5. When they got the second, I went, are we starting to capitulate here?
At half time, I saw a few bits saying, about it go on, 5, and that can happen at a place like this. But then they pulled it back, and you've got to give the players credit for that. It's a tough place to go, Anfield. They're the champions. They pulled it, got it 2-2, and then we get a player sent off. At the end, it would have been nice, obviously, for Odegaard to seal the deal, but I think you can't grumble with 2 under the circumstances after Mikel Merino. I'm a bit disappointed Merino, someone of that quality, lunges in like that. You're on a yellow. It's a bit naive. You've just made one challenge. Stay on the pitch. Don't get sent off. It's not about that. But we move on. We live to fight another day. Roll on Newcastle.
Lee, weird to say that we're unbeaten in 4 at Anfield.
Yeah,
you
listen.
When you think about it,
you take a draw. You take a draw before the game. You know what I mean? Any of the big teams, and again, we've gone to the big teams and not lost, have we? I think we've gone to
that's another big 6
Man
game.
City, another big 6.
We've got to hold on to everything. I
know Newcastle now, would be classed as a big 6, but I don't know how Man United and Tottenham can be classed as a big 6 the way they've played this year. But we've gone there and got results, and we've gone and got results. Listen. I think you've got to take a little bit of credit for today, because after what happened in midweek, going 2-0 down at half time, they could have been sitting in that dressing room feeling very, very sorry for themselves. But somehow they've lifted themselves up with a very, very good goal. And I'm going to say it now, if he don't get sent off, we could have won it, you know what I mean? And we've much better team in the second half. But again, chances come and went. But at the end of the day, look, listen, I think at the end of the day, we're not going to be celebrating the point, but it's that in the context of it all, boys. Also,
sure?
that's a good point as well.
Celebrating draws is my thing, by the way.
No,
So,
but what I'm saying is, it's not bad to have
Open
a
top
point.
bus parade. We're out tonight. Good draw. Emerson says, do you think Europa League has been diluted? It's not the same without the Champions League drop downs. Worst Europa League in a while. Look, it's definitely not as hard to win as it was when the Champions League teams dropped down, but I still think it holds real weight as a competition.
All we need now is a point.
And then I think that's that. All right, guys, we're going to... Well, I think a point for Champions League. I think a draw and a win. A draw and a win from Newcastle home and Southampton away seals us second.
Yeah.
There we go. Idris says a draw versus Newcastle, win Southampton. Oh, Idris, I'm sorry, I didn't read your super chat and you've just said it. But also, I think a win against Newcastle and then a draw at Southampton seals it. So 4 points, second place. Fuck it, just get it and let's get on with our lives. Jay Federer J says if Rice can't play Newcastle, time for Lewis Skelly in central midfield. Roman Girard says we need a new captain. Hashtag gutted. Hashtag Arteta.
He was brilliant today, by the way.
Odegaard was much better. I agree with that.